Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucy Show. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hey there, Mr. Fix It. Thank you for being first. Everyone coming to stream right now, you know what I'm going to ask you. Please make sure you are subscribed if you're not already. This is my second channel. Please support it by smashing that like button and also ring that notification bell so you know whenever these live streams begin. But I think I've been pretty okay on keeping it at around 10:30 p.m. PST lately. However, I may do slightly later streams every now and then or earlier streams, just depending on my schedule. And it is ever changing. I've been trying for a year now to change my sleeping schedule. It doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon because I can't get rid of my internal clock that likes to sleep very, very late at night. It's really weird. Everywhere I go, even if I go to a place like Canada that has different time zones, or I went to a spot with a different time zone, I end up adjusting for like one day and then I'll go right back to sleeping at 3 a.m. no matter where in the world I am. But I forgot to talk about this on the main channel. So wanted to bring this one up. Elon Musk has talked about how there's just not enough babies. And obviously he's doing his part, having so many kids. I can't even count how many kids he has so far. I know he has a daughter. So congratulations to him. I think recently him and Grimes revealed that they actually had a daughter as well. Obviously, we know that about baby X. So that's two kids with Grimes alone. But then previously he had another wife. Well, Grimes was never his wife, but previously he was married and had a bunch of kids with that lady as well. So he's doing his part, putting his money where his mouth's at. So he's doing his part, procreating. But I thought this was pretty interesting because I don't think I agree with him today because he said USA birth rate has been below minimum sustainable levels for 50 years. And this is just like Wall Street Journal post is showing fertility slump. The US total fertility rate in 2021 remained below the replacement level of 2.1. So I guess this is a bad level. And we've been there. We've been there for quite a while, as you can see, since like 1975, 76 era all the way to now. It has been below this replacement level. And then if you look into this thread later, I think Shibetoshi Nakamoto was saying how um, something about poor people or rich people, and then he came in and then said, okay, actually, let me just click into it. Then Shibetoshi Nakamoto said, on oh right, that's what he said. He said, honestly, the major reason for the fertility slump is that people can't afford to have kids. And I personally agree with this because I think that there are people around me and honestly myself, I think I would not have kids until I am, well, first off, mentally prepared for kids. I think above the finances, it's definitely your mental state, right? Like I don't believe in, and this is just my personal opinion, you may not agree with it, but I don't believe in a good household or happy children, happy family, happy parents if the parents are not mentally capable or were not really prepared or ready or wanted children in the first place. And I think a lot of unhappy families start off with like an unhappy beginning if let's say they weren't prepared mentally, like they just want to continue to party or have more fun outside and they don't want to commit to a child. Commitments to animals, I've already stated, I think is already really like a serious thing. So like if you're going to get a dog, you're going to get a Shiba Inu, it's like a life that you have to take care of, so you should be really responsible. Babies is like a whole other level on top of that, right? Because like I know people with dogs and they can walk the dog like once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, whatever, but you're not changing diapers for your dog. You're not like attending to your dog every single middle of the night because the dog's crying and, it's just a whole different world. And it's not as expensive to take care of dogs as it is babies from my understanding. So finances, obviously huge deal. Hi there, Haruki. Welcome to stream. Sogmaster Tai Tai. So yeah, I do agree with Shibetoshi Nakamoto here, aka Billy Marcus, founder of Dogecoin, that money is for sure going to be one of the reasons, not all the reasons why maybe there's less people with children, but I personally think that that's a huge reason for me. I would first need to be at a better financial position and I have to be mentally ready, not just rich, but also like mentally ready to have a child before I decide to have a child. And I have to really think it through and be like, do I really want a child? What if raise it and it doesn't like me? What if we get into fights? There's just like all these other reasons. And then Elon Musk responded, then why is it that the richer someone is, the fewer kids they have? And I don't know where he gets this idea from. This is like one of those thought processes that I don't agree with, but maybe it's through the people that he knows because I don't know that many billionaires, but I have met billionaires and they have a lot of kids. And all of the stories that I've read about billionaires and, like acquaintances of billionaires from the mouths of billionaires, I just hear that they have a lot of kids. And maybe it may not be, the front cover story that this person, so and so very rich, has a bunch of kids. But from my understanding is people with a lot of money can afford multiple wives if it's legal in your country. And if it's illegal in your country to have multiple wives, there's just going to be people out there, unfortunately, with one legal wife or maybe no legal wives. And then the other are just girlfriends, just multiple girlfriends willing to have babies for them. Right. So I know a lot of those situations. So I don't really agree with him that wealthier people are that they don't have kids. Of course, there is the stories like Daniel Craig, right? I think he's the actor for James Bond. He's famous for, well, that's not why he's famous for James Bond, but he's also well known for, and I don't know if you guys have seen the recent post, but they keep posting it all the time, just like recycling the same news over and over again. But basically, he's well known for not willing to give the millions of dollars that he has in the future to his children. So his children are not going to get any inheritance, and that's just his personal choice. But either way, I don't think that people who are very, very wealthy, like, have less children. I definitely think that, in my opinion, from what I've seen, and again, I don't know as many wealthy people as Elon Musk, but I definitely think that people who are very wealthy, the more money they have, honestly, the more kids they end up having. Yeah, it's just from what I've seen. And then also, like, I don't see a bunch of wealthy people not having kids, right? Like, does Mark Zuckerberg have children? Yes. Does Jeff Bezos have children? Pretty sure. Elon Musk has children? Yes. Bill Gates? Yes, I want to say. Yeah, I don't know that many billionaires off the top of my head, but wealthy folks. Cristiano Ronaldo and his girlfriend, Georgina, kids, right? And still working on more kids. The Kardashians, I mean, they're not on the billionaire level status, but the Kardashians also lots of kids. Luke's food and travel, Lucy, I will set Elon up and have my friend capture it on a video. I will make it look like what? And I don't have to work again. Luke's food and travel. Good luck on that one. I don't know what you're gonna have to do in order for him to touch your butt. But even if you touch your butt, I don't know how much money you'll get from that, Luke. Nice try. Also, guys, do check out if you like extra or free bitcoins. You can earn $25 of Bitcoin after you trade $100 worth of crypto using Voyager. So I pinned the Voyager link to the top of this stream. If you haven't checked it out, I have all my referral links down in the description below. And I want to say a huge thanks to those of you that have used my WEBULL referral links, my Rakuten referral links, and all my many, many links down in the description below, as it really, really supports me just living my life. So thanks. Smash the like, subscribe so I don't have to. Luke, you just exposed your plan online. Yeah, another reason why that plan will not actually work out, man, but nice try. Obama's daughter is adopted, Zlatko says. Gates was, oh, I didn't know Obama's daughter was, Barack Obama's daughter is adopted. I'm like, which other Obama do I know? Yes, I did not know that Obama's daughter was adopted. Does he only have one child? Or is there like two daughters? I always felt like there was two daughters. David, and then not to mention Trump, Biden all have children. Of course, they're not billionaires, but they're rich and they're powerful, according to me, from my perspective, because I'm not at their level. Again, and also just like the one thing I will say is he's saying, like, why is it that the richer someone is, the fewer kids they have? One thing is true if you're going to compare, I think, to people like, unfortunately, there are bad people out there who just either adopts a bunch of children or has a bunch of kids just to collect like child credits and just extra money from their governments depending on where they live in the world. So that group of people, I can understand if they're literally trying to make money off of children, why there's a bunch of people who are not quote unquote rich and billionaires, but they're having so many kids, even though they can't even really afford to have all these kids or can't provide for these kids to the level that they need or provide them a proper education, like clean clothes or drinking water. Unfortunately, there are people out there like that all around the world, depending on what type of government system that they live under, that try to take advantage of the system. To me, that's pretty awful and evil, though. Like, if you have kids but you don't really like the kids or care about the kids, and you're just there to use them to make money. So if he's referring to that, I do understand. And it is sad, but there are people out there who shouldn't be parents, shouldn't have kids, but they're having kids because they just literally want to make money off of them. And that to me is obviously a huge crack in the system if we're allowing people and incentivizing people to just make babies so that they could live a better life on their own and, I don't know, hold an LV bag while their kids are wearing like dirty clothes. That's pretty awful. But yeah, aside from, but still overall though, I think rich people, like if people have the financial capability, unless you have like some specific reason, you dislike kids or you just don't want to deal with the extra work. Most people I know who are like well off or better, like a little middle or middle upper class, honestly want kids. And then the people who tell me they don't want kids, I'm just talking about people around me, my own personal experience. People who tell me they don't want kids usually like made that decision through their own childhood and like upbringing, and a lot of them have gone through either like a painful family experience or a family breakup. And then well, I know a lot of girls who don't want to do it simply because they're like, well, one, I don't want to change my body, two, also they just feel like it's too much dedication, and a lot of people are worried that they can't afford to do like in vitro fertilization or like IVF and stuff like that. And they also feel like if they have it, then that's dangerous. And every female is different. So there are certain girls who would be at more risk technically by having kids. If you don't have money, don't make babies, Latko says. Agreed. I said that to my family before, and they were like, "That's awful, Lucy. Like when we had you, we didn't have much money, but we still had you. So you should do the same and give the gift of life to somebody else, and you won't regret it." I'm like, yes, I'm thankful that I have been brought to this planet, even though my parents didn't have much money. So I do agree with them on that. But again, I guess this is more like a selfish choice for me that I don't want to have a kid if I just don't think I'm ready or I can't financially, like it'll be financially strenuous on me. Like maybe the kid wouldn't mind being born and, like having just enough food and maybe some raggedy clothes to wear. But I think this is more of a selfish choice for me where I'm like, I want to be financially stable for me because the kid's going to be using my money. So if I don't feel like I could provide for the kid and, give them enough food to eat, clothing to wear, a dog to play with, and still be able to feed me and mentally be like, you know, satisfied with my life, then I don't want to do it. So call me selfish. I feel like people should do whatever makes them happy. But obviously, the choices you make today, just like investments, a lot of people are like, I don't need to invest for my retirement. And then bam, they're like 40, 50 years old and then trying to save right before they retire at like 65 or 70 years old nowadays because people are retiring later. And then I think the same thing with children. Like sometimes people are like, I don't need it. I don't need them. And then maybe you will regret it too. Maybe by the time you're 40 and 50, or if you're a female, if you can't have kids at 60 anymore, you might regret it in the future. So these are just hard decisions, but people just got to make their own life choices, their own good choices and bad choices. And only you will know in the end if that was a good choice or a bad choice. But overall, there is a children shortage. Like Elon says, caregivers will be in demand in 30 years or so, Henry says. Absolutely. And that's if you're lucky, though. Like if you're lucky and you have kids and you're good to your kid and your kid wants to give back to you, because unfortunately, there are children out there who can't even fend for themselves, let alone take care of their caregivers, right? Like if I have a child right now and the economy fails so hard, let's say 20, 30 years from now, that my child is like living in a box, I'll have to take care of the kid. So I'd rather hire a caregiver. So I totally agree with you, Henry, though, that yes, if people have less children and all of these people right now who are growing old, like if I grow old and afterwards I don't have anyone family to take care of me, then I'm gonna have to hire a caregiver. But if I can't afford a caregiver, I have to rely on the state, the country. And if the country can't take care of me, then well, GG guys. I'll see you in the boxes. Thank you, Luke's Food and Travel and Henry Beadle Jr. for the sticker. Luke's Food and Travel says, I saw your Trump Golf Club video and you run like a girl. LOL. Having said that, you look hot lately. Thank you, Luke's Food and Travel. I don't take offense to running like a girl. I am a girl. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way I run, but I know what you mean. I could run better. Okay. If that was an insult to me. I think my run is okay, but I could do like a proper run, like a competition run. That was my run into the ocean to clean my shoes run. So I think I could do another take. Thank you, Henry Beadle Jr. True, but the poor keep having kids. Philippines, most of Africa, Mexico, USA. So I can't say too much about Mexico, Africa, Philippines because I don't really know the government and what they provide, the yeah, what the government provides over there and what type of regulations they have with children and like handing out credits to parents and maybe like baby formula credits or whatever it is, baby food credits, or just handing out checks to the citizens maybe for having extra kids that if they're low income, right? But in the US, from my understanding, if you do have more kids, then you get these like child tax credits. You can like use them. You can use kids as like a deduction in a sense for your taxes. There's like and then during COVID times, right? Like people were getting stimmy checks, but if you had children, you get like extra checks also depending on like what state you live in and what money they were providing. So again, not tax advice, legal advice, financial advice, or baby advice. Do your own DD, make your own choices in life, entertainment purposes only. Mr. Moore says, Lucy, I keep forgetting to ask, how is the real estate thing going? Yeah, it's not good, guys. It's not good. I'm just going to say it. I am going like the whole last year, and I don't show it in my videos because, like, I think there's enough sad things going on in life. So, usually in my videos, I try to be like happy. Um, and I'm not that sad, but I am going through a pretty hard time lately, just not feeling all that great about the path that my life is in right now. And I know it's not, I can't blame anybody. It's honestly me. It's me and my choices in life. But for like example, for real estate, I should have started real estate when my portfolio was doing better versus now when I feel like my portfolio, my trading's not doing good. And then I kicked into real estate, right? Like in February, I got in, like I paid for my registration fees. So for those of you that don't know, for real estate, you have to pay to like maintain your stupid license, which is like, I hate it. You can't just like for example for teaching you get a license for teaching, right? And then afterwards you're a teacher, you graduate, you go ahead and you can start teaching, or you're a doctor, you go ahead and you become a doctor. You're not actually, I don't know about doctors, but you're not paying a monthly fee to like actually wait, no, maybe for teachers you do have to pay a monthly fee or like a yearly fee, but whatever. I just don't like that for real estate. I have to actually pay a yearly fee just to be a real estate agent. So I can't just like, even though I graduated and I paid like over a thousand, no, I paid $600 to take the classes, take the test and stuff. So under $1,000 give or take USD I paid for the whole process of studying for like 6 months, taking my test in person. I did all that jazz. And then to actually be a real estate agent, even if you can't sell a home, right? Like me right now, like I haven't met any clients that actually bought a home from me or whatever. Oh my God. What is this person? Lucy wants to breed with MUSK coin put in this person's like spamming my account, but with such a hilarious name. Okay, I'm gonna try to remove this person. Anyways, um, breed with Elon Musk. No, I just want Elon Musk to pump Dogecoin and then also have a cup of coffee with me or be interviewed by me one day. Slacko says he has monkeypox. Um, but what was I gonna say? That threw me off. Yeah, so real estate, it's rough right now for me, and I think it just all came at a time where I feel like my life, you know what they say, like bad things come all together, or Murphy's Law, when one thing goes wrong, a lot of things goes wrong. So for me, I feel like things are on a downward slope. If I had to pick, like, is my life in a portfolio? If we look at it in a way of stocks, I'm going on a red candle ride down, not on a green candle ride. Um, so yeah, I don't, but it's okay because even though I've paid for the year and like I'm gonna try and sell a home or whatever, or sell a listing or help somebody buy a home, I'll try, but I can't force people to work with me, And then so if it doesn't work out, I'll live. And it doesn't mean I have to give up, or if I take a year off from doing real estate, like if I don't want to pay for the next year and still have no clients, I could take a break, I guess, and then do something else. So right now, real estate is not going good because I have not sold any homes. And then I feel like it is just extra painful because it's added on top of the pain of every day looking at my Doge coins and just crypto stocks. Oh yeah, so you can see YFII in my title, and just another kick to the stomach that I did not need today. So check this out, guys. YFII is a crypto that I bought, like, I don't even know when. I think 2021. Yeah, 2021. Today it dropped 46.5%. So basically, a rock pull level of a drop. I don't know why, for like no apparent reason. It is down to $634. I've completely forgotten like how much money I even put in this thing. So I looked in my phone because I keep track of like the ones that I paid for Coinbase Pro. And I spent $4,700 on this thing. And now I have zero point 0.9 of a YFII. Um, and yeah, now it's worth 700 bucks. So I basically lost, yeah, not Luna level fail, obviously. I'm not down 99%, but it really sucks. It's just like, it's like, like I'm already down and then I got knocked down like another peg and I was like, really, man? Universe, really? But it's okay, guys. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I'm like trying to trick my mind into thinking, okay, I'm prepared for the worst. And the worst, like, what could go more wrong than what I'm already prepared for, right? Like, I'm prepared for the worst, as in, I can't get a job, which I am trying to apply for. I have not applied for everything except for the one job, and I have another job to apply for. So then, if that fails, then I'll just apply for more. But worst case scenario, I'm already prepared for it. Like, I'm mentally prepared for cannot find a job to sustain my life, maybe have to work for McDonald's because I don't believe in the I can't find a job thing. Like I have hands, I have legs. I think I could still find a job doing something, even if it's McDonald's or fast food or at a coffee shop, like I've done when I was like 16 years old. So that's the worst case. Like, I can't find something that I really like. Okay, that's the proper way to say it. And then I can't sell any real estate. So that also would be a bummer, but I'll be prepared for it. And that my Dogecoins drop to like below 1 cent. That would be like triple nightmare. But if it does happen, I mean, I'm trying to say I won't cry, but I might cry. I probably won't cry though. Because believe it or not, I've already gone through so many roller coaster rides in my life that I honestly, I'm so numb to my own pain that it's like, I'm actually pretty proud of myself that it's not normal. I know it's not normal to be like so okay with so many negative things to happen, but it's like, I don't know. It's just another experience, in my opinion. If you go through enough bad experiences, it actually makes you stronger. But everybody's different. Costco is always a good job. In and out pays over $20 here, Henry says. Oh, right. I just saw the other day. I saved this. Somewhere they pay a lot of money. Hold on. There's like a place. I don't know where. Oh, no. Oh, it's Bank of America. I saw on an Instagram post yesterday from like a credited news outlet, and it said that Bank of America is now paying $22 an hour. So I guess I could attempt to go and work, I don't know, as a teller or whatever for Bank of America if they'll accept me. Yes, go work in bank, Lucy Zlatko says. You have us, we will empower you, Zlatko says. Thank you guys. Just by you guys being here, supporting me, watching my videos, honestly, or if you want to support me that extra mile, please play the main channel or this channel. both of them. Just go through, actually, like, yeah, the live stream playlist, put it on loop, just play the ads. You don't have to be there, turn off the sound. That will probably help me with funds, because obviously, like, Google will pay me, and then you guys don't have to pay anything. You just waste your energy, I guess, electricity on playing my playlists. So I guess that could be helpful. But just you guys being here, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell, and smashing that like button is very, very good. What was your YF average and how many? I answered your question, Luke. It's 0.9 and I paid 4,700. So yeah, bought it pretty much at the top. CJ says work for McDonald's. See, honestly, the thing that doesn't, like, if McDonald's didn't have so much fried and oily food, like, I like it when I get it. But I know if I work there, I'm going to be horrified because I don't really like that smell. Like, I can't deal with actually smelling oil and like fried foods all day long. Like, I feel like it'll give me a lot of pimples. So no, thank you. I Otherwise, if I could stay in like my own little bubble and they pay me like $18 an hour or $15 an hour to just make ice cream for people, and I'm in my own little bubble and I pop people their ice creams. The oil doesn't get to my skin. I wouldn't mind. Work for McDonald's and sell McDoge burgers. Swagmaster says, wasn't McDonald's paying over 25 an hour in Nebraska? Henry says, I did not know, but it's only like some state. Yeah, it's definitely not all states. I've looked. Because so many people were making much more in the oil industry. McDonald needed workers. All wage cucks in the crypto memes work at McDonald's. CJ says, what's wage cucks? Smash the likes and subscribe. Should I buy ApeCoin? I don't I don't know like half of these disses, guys, or I don't know what you mean half the time. So I guess it's kind of peaceful for my mind because I don't understand most of the bad words. Can't go to sleep tonight until I watch Lucy show. Oh, hi there, Flo J. Welcome to the stream. $634 rug pulled an hour ago. Luke Student Travel says, again, I don't know if that was a rug pull with YFII, but it sure isn't good. I need to catch up with that. Oh, but by the way, guys, if you want to see other videos, other content from me, I'm gonna be uploading more and more whenever I have the time. Some of them are like much older videos, and then some are from my vacation. So you're just gonna see a wide range of different places that I visited and little short clips that I made awkwardly. Because whenever there's people around, I'm like very shy to actually be making those videos. So sometimes I'll be like whispering in public places where other people can see me making my videos. But you'll see more. You'll see more videos for sure. Under my travel playlist. And then I think I'll put in more content on this channel for other playlists as well. David Duchovny used to paint with his butt. Zlako says, I don't know who that is, but good for that person. That's quite talented. He sold his artworks for quite a lot of money. Oh, by painting with your butt. Interesting. I feel like in this day and age, it should be combined with a video. Like if you're making art, you should show a video of you, like, how did you make it, even NFTs and stuff like that. And then maybe it could sell like the work that you put in to get there could sell for like another amount. If you don't have money, don't make it easy. Elon wants more employees, Joshua says. So you're saying that Elon Musk is asking people to make more babies simply because this man wants more employees? Nah, I don't think he needs more human beings for employees because I think his Tesla robot is going to take care of that factor. But either way, this is not made up. Wall Street Journal, a bunch of other news outlets have been reporting about this low birth rate factor. So it's definitely going to get into a bigger problem. It's like one of those things that happen so slowly that like nobody cares. Nobody cares until it's like right up in your face. And then the government will try to deal with it and probably, not be able to help. Last but not least, yesterday, guys, I actually couldn't go to sleep because I was doing my crunches, my 200 crunches. And then I was watching somebody put like a really great compilation clips of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. And I was so entertaining. Like they added all these images and like, I don't know, just made it really funny. like you have to see it. I'm pretty sure there's different versions on YouTube, but it was crazy. I ended up like watching more of the trial, and at one point, like Johnny Depp's lawyer was like tearing apart this lady who's supposed to be one of like Amber Heard's witnesses, or somebody who's supposed to be like on Amber Heard's side. So basically, I think she came up with like a number for like maybe how much loss Amber Heard sustained from like all this stuff that she went through with Johnny Depp. And then the lawyer of Johnny Depp was speaking to that lady saying like, how did you come up with this number? And she was like, oh, I did comparables. Like I compared the like the trajectory, the career trajectory of Jason Momoa, which is the Aquaman, like the Aquaman that's with Amber Heard. So she actually took Jason Momoa's career, and Gal Gadot, our Wonder Woman, and Zendaya from Spider-Man. She took those three people as like people to compare with Amber Heard. And then Johnny Depp's attorney was just like, how are you making these comparisons? If like basically it was kind of painful to watch because I felt bad for Amber Heard. Like it was kind of like virtual slap to the face in a sense, where it was just kind of saying like her career was not nearly as good. But that's what Johnny Depp's lawyer was basically saying. He's like, you can't really compare the damages that Amber Heard sustained with like these people, because for example, he's like, Zendaya is so famous that she doesn't even need a last name, which is true. But then the lady who I guess did the comparable, she was like, well, not many people's names start with a Z. So like maybe that's the reason she doesn't use her last name. But I think that's kind of the reason. But also Zendaya is just like super famous. I didn't know this, but I guess she's the Johnny Depp's lawyer said that she's been famous and she was like 13 years old. So that's definitely not Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot last I checked, or Amber Heard, because like that would make Zendaya a child star, and she's only like I think like 26 years old right now. So obviously it doesn't really make sense in my opinion either to make comparisons between Amber Heard and Zendaya, who are just like on completely different levels of fame. Um, yeah. And then also like he was saying how Jason Momoa was very, very famous in Game of Thrones because he was in there. And Game of Thrones is like one of the most famous of all time TV shows. So that's also something that Amber Heard has not done. So yeah, it was just wild, like comparisons. And they mentioned so many movies and TV shows and kind of gave away, like, I don't know how Johnny Depp's lawyer is doing this, but he kind of gave away like a little bit about the future Dune movies, because he kind of gave away, like, he spoiled a little bit about the future of the Dune books because he's read them, I guess. So he was saying, like, oh, did you read the Dune books? And the lady was like, no. And he's like, well, certain characters are going to pop up again. So it was just hilarious to me because I'm like, wow, this is like advertising for Hollywood in a sense, because you're getting all these characters and basically their resumes spilled all over trial and then talked about in their different movies that they get to be in. So I just thought that was pretty funny. I actually need to continue to watch it. It was very entertaining. It's interesting to see like the rebuttals and how these people back up what they have to say, and the movie industry, I guess, because I think at one point maybe Pirates of the Caribbean was brought up, and the lady who's on Amber Heard's side, witness, was saying like, oh, just because a Hollywood movie makes 700 or like 80 million dollars, it doesn't mean that they're going to continue to make more and more of those movies, because sometimes actors and actresses, their fees are so high, it's already in the millions, like hundreds of millions altogether. And then to advertise, to market the movie and all this other stuff that goes into production and fees could also be like, let's say 600 million, which means if your movie's making 700 million, but if all the costs added together is like 600 something million, there may not be future sequels if they feel like it's not really worth it, which is just wild to me. Like somebody can come up with those numbers of like how much to budget into a movie, right? It's just crazy numbers to me that someone could be like, okay, let's make a movie. It'll only make 700 million, but we're gonna be paying people like 600 million. Like you have to really analyze that correctly to make the right amount of money to pay for all these people, right? Because with movies, it's crazy. You never know how it's going to end. Because like, what if you make a movie, you pay actors and actresses so much money and so much money into production and marketing, and then in the end, it does horrible. That would totally suck. Um, Station says no, buy ApeCoin. Thank you so much. Should I buy ApeCoin? Lucy, be my Amber Heard space chimp says, no. I don't think I want to be anybody's Amber Heard or Johnny Depp, because that relationship, I think if we've learned anything from it is, yeah, learn to communicate better and do not get violent in any way or scream at each other or put each other down in a relationship. I mean, I'm not above all of that. I feel like I've definitely done my faults in a relationship. I definitely feel like I was always the better one in the relationship, all the ones that I've been in, at least, as in like I think cheating is the worst and I've never done that. But I think everybody can make mistakes in relationships. It doesn't mean that it's over for you and your life's wrecked if you've been in a bad relationship. But yeah, my relationships, I try to be better at communication. And if I were to get into a situation where like somebody's filming me and I know that they're recording me and filming me for like possibly a future lawsuit, I'd be gone. Like I don't know how they like, just kudos to both of them. I think it's shocking how they both could stand each other, knowing that the other person was like constantly trying to get you in a sense by like recording you on an iPad or voice recording you, keeping those text messages like, ugh, just insane. Um, Zendaya, one word name, like Brazilian soccer player. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, she's been famous from Disney and she's from my area, Henry says. She's a great, like, really, really great actress and super talented. Like Greatest Showman, she was like hanging in the air on like, I don't know, that, what do you call it, like a hula hoop thing, where she was supposed to be a character that works in a circus in a sense, so, or the Greatest Show, sorry, but it looked like a circus. And she can sing, she can dance, she can do so much. I like Zendaya. Camila Vasquez, the lawyer, CJ says, so hot. I like when she touches Johnny Depp and makes Amber mad with rage. See, some people say that that was orchestrated perfectly to get a rise out of Amber Heard. There's a lot of people like that are saying this. Um, I just feel like if I was Johnny Depp, I'd probably purposely do that. Don't know if that was the case, but I think she's just a great lawyer. Like, there's just such an I the conspiracy part of me likes to think that all of this is not fake, because this is obviously like two people's lives here. I don't think that their divorce and like the suing each other parts were fake, but I definitely think that there's a lot of people out there who originally did not like Hollywood and believe that the Will Smith slap was fake. There's going to be a lot of people that think this is all fully orchestrated, including Kate Moss coming to the stand and everybody in there, everybody at the court, like doing whatever it is that they're doing. So I I think for whatever reason, Camille is fantastic because she has a very entertaining factor to her. Like I just like watching her. Like I think she should just become like she should just be joining the Avengers or something at this point, or playing a future character that is both a lawyer and a superhero or whatever. Because I think she just has a really good. I like her voice. I like her voice. I like the way that she speaks. She's very like cutthroat to the point and always makes a very strong point. Lucy, question talking about art favorite artist of all time. We're talking artists, like, cause I don't know many artists like people. Like, I don't know many like actual NFT or like art artists, to be honest, or memorize their names too well. Um, like I enjoy the artwork, some of the artwork, like the girl with the balloon, the heart, the balloon. Who is that from? That's from the person that's unknown, right? But I forgot the name already. See, the person who did that. Um, but oh my god, I'm thinking. Okay, no, I can't remember. Something C. Banksy. There we go. Oh my god, I remember that on my own. Whew. It's like no, I didn't. I swear I didn't look at the chat. I actually got that one on my own. I don't know if it's I'm like over processing information in my brain, but I'm constantly like forgetting names. That's why like on doing my other live stream the other day, like I think it's because once I put in one name in my mind, like if I just read something or watched something by Ken Griffin, the founder of Citadel, like I'll lose another name like Ray Dalio. So I couldn't even remember Ray Dalio's name. It's terrible. But yes, Banksy. So, like, for example, do I think Banksy's a good artist? Yes. If I was a multi-billionaire, would I pay for Banksy's art? No. I enjoy Banksy's art. I think some of it is great. I don't think I understand or like every piece of it, but that's somebody I think is good. If you're talking like musicians, just there's too many. Like I obviously like Eminem, but I also like Taylor Swift. I like Britney Spears. I like Ariana Grande. I even like Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran. Speaking of Ed Sheeran, I didn't know he had a kid. I think he had a kid recently. That just like popped up on the news, and I remember seeing that somewhere. I think he's married. I think he's either just got engaged, married, or had a kid, one or the other, which I all did not know about. I thought he was single for some reason. Wow, there's a lot of people in here, very cultured. LOL, Mr. Moore says. She's probably more like the wolf of instead of an Amber. LOL. Ricky Babe 71 says. Amber's lawyer is bad, Swagmaster says. She is getting owned by Johnny's lawyer. Okay, one thing I will point out about Amber's lawyer is just the amount of times that she forgot to put the mic on, and then the judge had to be like, you need to turn the mic on or I can't hear you. Like, just so many times I caught that on through the YouTube clips, and I don't even watch every single one of them. So can you imagine how many times she like didn't turn the mic on? I don't know. I think seeing that, if I saw this and I was Amber, I would be like, switch please. Like, let's change people. I don't know how many attorneys they each have on each side, but I feel like Amber, I'm constantly hearing from like a female lawyer. And then on Johnny's side, I recognize the two lawyers. So the gentleman who like fist bumped him when Amber Heard mentioned Kate Moss, because obviously that meant Kate Moss could automatically be brought into the case. I finally understand this now. So basically, the saying goes, or the rumor is, that Johnny Depp and his attorney wanted Kate Moss to be on the case but couldn't because it wasn't really relevant. But then because Amber Heard said it herself, she mentioned the words Kate Moss and like mentioned about the stairs, about how Kate Moss, I guess, I don't know when she fell down or how she fell down the stairs, but Amber was kind of like alleging to the fact that Johnny Depp had pushed her down the stairs or something like that. So due to this and her saying the words Kate Moss is going to be doing a testimony. So, testifying. So that's going to be crazy. And there's literally like a video clip that somebody made on YouTube. You could go find this about the moment when Amber Heard was talking about, she was speaking really fast. And then I think that's where people are saying like the mistake was made. Like she probably shouldn't have said the words Kate Moss, but because she was trying to explain herself and she was talking so fast that after she said the words Kate Moss, she was like stunned. She had this like moment of like freeze where they were like, that's the moment she caught herself saying something she shouldn't have said and making like a huge mistake. And then you see in slow motion, or people put it into slow motion, of like Johnny Depp's male attorney like going like oh my god, the best thing in the world just happened, and then Johnny Depp was like smiling. So yeah, it was wild. It's really great in slow mo. It's like super entertaining. You guys should find these videos that I'm talking about. Amber's team are never working again after this. Bardista says. Lucy, I can't say enough just how good Morbius is. Oh my god, is it? Okay. Did anybody else in here watch Morbius and love it? Morbius is like probably one of the only other superhero movies that I missed because I was on vacation during the time and I didn't go out of my way to go watch any movies in theaters at the time. So I definitely have to check it out. I think I'll like it. I don't think I'll love it though, because it's Jared Leto, right? Like I like Jared Leto, but I don't think there's any female leads in there that I'm like a super major fan of, like Gal Gadot or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see if I love it. Amber's team very soon. Have you had an accident that wasn't your fault, Partistas? Bob Ross, is he real artist? Yes, Henry, you're so right. Bob Ross is probably going to be one of my artists that I like that's up there. I mean, I can't say I've watched Bob Ross growing up because I didn't, but I've recently seen many clips of him and then only recently watched the documentary on Bob Ross's life. And yeah, and no, the afro is not real. I think he's a good artist. But I think I like him more for the entertainment value, not that I'm obsessed with his art and the forests and the mountains and the trees. I like it. I think it's great. I could never draw like that and I admire him. but I think I like him more as an entertainer, if that makes sense. Like more of seeing him drawing and then making people feel good with his words. And it's very sexual too. Like as I watched the documentary of how he's like, I don't know, like I can't. He's like, I don't know if he used the words tease it, but he'll like say different terms with his brush. Like that people say are very like sexual. At least that's what was in Netflix in the documentary that I watched. But I think he makes people happy. Like he uses terminologies to make you feel like it's okay. Like there's no it's only happy accidents, right? Only happy accidents. So I think he's very like a great entertainer. He can talk so smoothly, Slacko says. Yes, he's a smooth talker with some artistic awesome abilities with his paintbrush. I heard Bob Ross painted where he what? I saw Morbius. I wish there was more Michael Keaton. Good, quick movie, Henry says. Oh, right. Speaking of like different actors, did you guys know that Christian Bale is going to be in the new Thor movie? So, Thor, Natalie Portman, which played the love, I guess, the love interest of Thor, she's going to be in it. And I don't know if they gave her superpowers. That's what the trailer looked like, but I'm so excited for the Thor movie. I don't even know if there's been a second one. I feel like there's only been one, right? I think there's only been one. Maybe there's two, but I like the first one. So Thor, I'm excited to watch, but also because apparently Christian Bale, I think, is going to be playing the bad guy. And I'm so used to Christian Bale being the good guy and our Batman. So that's going to be interesting. Bale is the antagonist, Henry says. Yeah, it's going to be wild. I'm not really going to be used to him being the bad guy. Yep, Mr. Amore, he will bring his Batman back in the new Flash movie. Wait, Michael Keaton, in my opinion, is the most iconic superhero who is still doing superhero movies, Mr. Moore says. Yes, I remember that name because you guys are the ones who told me about Michael Keaton. I still, unfortunately, have not watched the Michael Keaton movies, but one day I will. Speaking of movies, I'm going to peace out because I'm going to go and finish my Fear and Loathing in Vegas with Johnny Depp, and Cameron Diaz is in it, but I think maybe that was just like a short cameo. I'm only like a third done, so I have to watch the other 70% of it. We'll be back on the main channel. See you guys on the main channel. Can't guarantee I'll be here every night, but whenever I have the energy, you'll find me here. Again, guys, I know this was a very rough day if you've been watching the news. Clearly not an easy day for anybody, just mentally. But breathe in, breathe out. I think all we could do with the news that we process every day is just to treat each other better, and people you meet, people you may meet in the future, strangers, even people on the internet, we're all just real life human beings. So I think whenever I hear bad news, sure, we could all say like my heart goes out to the victims, but that doesn't do anything. So I think the only thing we can possibly do whenever we hear any type of bad news is just try to be an even better human being, and then hope that that expands and amplifies and gets sent out to other people out there, and they can send out more love and good vibes so that less bad things can happen in the world. Anyways, guys, peace, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.